Hey guys, Bruce and Brooklyn here.
What's
for
going
our
on?
Evening coffee session. We're here with Marty from Martys Gaming And Such.
First guest.
Nope.
First
What
guest,
up?
very excited. Woohoo! So, how is the weather by you? Silly question, I know, but we are a few states away.
I think we're about
Actually,
800 miles.
15 hours about.
It's been clearing up, thank God. It was really rainy here, and now it's been like stupid hot. So the sinuses have been bad, but the kids have been loving the pool. So
And how you have 3 kids, right?
two, Natalie and Connor.
Natalie and Connor, 2 kids. I know I saw the one of your daughter with the Negan. She loves The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
She is so cute. She is as cute as a button. She reminds me of you when you were younger.
Oh yeah. Trust me. I see it every day.
It's kind of like you get cursed with kids that are just like you.
Hey, it's a blessing, you know what I mean? Like at least I went through it, and at least I have the knowledge to pass on to her. You know what I mean? So
I tell you what, though, it's great seeing you. We haven't seen each other in God.
Ooh, 10 years.
14 years?
Mhm.
Probably. Is it 10?
yeah,
10 or maybe going on a little bit more, but
yeah.
that's good. That's good. Now we're back in touch, and
Yeah.
now we got this going on, and we could, I mean, we're set up here. It's like you're just sitting right here at the table with us, so this is perfect.
Part of the circle.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, I want to start getting because one of my other stream team buddies, he does a lot of like multi-streaming where he'll have like other people on there as like guests, and they'll do like talk show and like reviews. Like yesterday, he had came on and he had did a live stream of the announcement from Sony about the PlayStation 5, which was awesome because a lot of our fans really dug that.
Yeah, and that's the main reason I
Have him on today.
gave you a shout out in the morning, because with your gaming and such, and I know they just releasing that, and I want to have a lot of gamers and this, that, and the other thing on the program with us. So I figured the best person to really set us off in the gaming world would be have Marty's on. So you got a whole team, and we were checking out your site. And
How does that come about? Is it just like a bunch of guys that you play with, like all a single time?
It started out with a couple of people that I had started watching, and then I started streaming, and then with me talking to a whole bunch of other people just in the streaming community, and us all really coming to a conclusion of like what we wanted to bring to the streaming community. We all came together to help each other achieve all the same goal.
Right. And, I see you work with 3 other guys, and it seems like you have the different admins and an assistant captain. So do you sometimes, like, if let's say you're playing like Call of Duty or something, would you just like all go together and play that way? I'm not a big gaming person myself.
We have played a lot of games like that. Right now, my biggest issue is I don't have a capture card, so I have some issues with like getting my PS4 to remote play. But I'm gonna be getting the capture card coming up here soon, and that's gonna just make a lot of my problems that I'm having right now bringing the games that I want to bring so much smoother.
What is a capture card? I lost.
it's like a video.
Right,
Like
so
a PlayStation
basically,
card?
most computers only have like an output for your video. So like when you would plug in a AVI or DV25 or an HDMI from your computer to go to like a TV monitor or a computer monitor, you can only output that image.
Okay.
So if you want to get an image that you can bring to your computer so that you can capture it, so that you can send it out live or record it,
It's like
Right.
a blue box.
Right.
you need an exterior device.
Yeah, like an interface.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I would have laughed if he would have been like, fuck no, idiot.
Yeah, Bruce, I'm known for saying some dumb shit, so be ready. We're going to get fired up in a minute.
Word.
It'll be like the old times. We're gonna get rowdy.
Rowdy. Rowdy.
Rowdy. So tell us what kind of games. I see you play a lot of retro stuff. What I see going through your page, you play a lot of really old Nintendo style, back in the day, young.
Like Tetris?
He plays some old classics. He's on some classics still. I think.
I've played a lot of like older games, just doing a lot of like testing right now. A lot of people in the gaming community right now are bringing a lot of like regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and like the newer style consoles. So I want to bring in a lot of stuff that again that other people aren't seeing that they may have played as a kid. So like the Game Boy Color, and stuff like that. I'm trying to bring them in, which is where it kind of got me started with my Kirby series, which is what I've been doing, is working on trying to get as much of the Kirby series done as possible.
Yeah, that's what I saw the other day. It was Kirby that you had put up.
Kirby's the pink one that
yeah, the pink one that blows up.
The Game Boy Colors, those were the first ones with pictures. Like you could take like a camera picture with it, right?
Yeah.
My little brother had one.
The Game Boy camera that came with it that you could purchase separate, yeah.
My little brother had one, and my great grandmother passed away, and we all went to her funeral, and it was like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 months later, and we're going. He's showing us all these pictures in his Game Boy, and one of it was my grandmother in the casket.
Last time I touched the Game Boy, they still had a green screen and a little. It was just black. And then
Yep.
You had that little magnifying glass thing that you would flip over on it, and that was about my technology.
Do you find it when you're playing, like, I kind of feel like when growing up with the older Nintendo systems and the Game Boys, there wasn't like too many buttons and too many things to do, and I find that like with the kids, with like the PlayStation games and the console, it's I get lost on what buttons do what, and
it really is. And like my son, he plays Fortnite, and it took a while to really like get him to understand how good the buttons need to be done in a rapid succession for him to actually be completing the things that he was trying to do. I mean, but nowadays, I mean, I hate to tell all this, but I mean, he runs circles around me in that game. So
really,
I tried playing Fortnite, and I'm real good at Call of Duty. So I could get on Call of Duty and be like, bap, 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 and just start taking everybody out. But I get on Fortnite, and these dudes is flying, jumping in the air, and then you get somebody line up in your sights, and you're like, oh, he's going down, and this fucking idiot builds a wall in front of you, and next thing you know, there's a fucking tower, and you got to shoot down the tower, you can't get the fucking guy, and you got all this time, and next thing you know, you're building a house around you to save yourself instead of just shooting. I can't do
any of those games. I get like motion sickness.
Yeah. See, I do the whole editing, and like when I first got into playing Fortnite with my buddies, I was having issues with my headset and my camera being able to work.
Right.
So I started using the VR headset.
That had to have been wild.
When
that's gotta be trippy as fuck.
Well, it's not a VR compatible game. So again, since it's not VR compatible, what it does is it basically puts a 65-inch TV about 12 inches away from your face.
Jeez.
Okay, that's cool though.
That's
yeah.
Some of that
That's
stuff,
like
I feel like
Brooklyn's
I'm gonna like throw up. Like I've just been on like a super duper looper roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I mean some of it is pretty crazy, and that's what I mean the eventual like goal is I want to continue doing the gaming console streaming, but I'm planning on building a computer that I can get up to the Oculus.
Can you say that again so that he walked out of the room for a minute apparently.
I had to get another cup of coffee, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was saying that, I do want to continue with the gaming consoles and being able to bring that exclusive content for them to the gaming, streaming. But I'm probably going to be continuing with my builds for my computer so that I can get up to the Oculus, because I did really like the PlayStation VR. It didn't really have that big of a category of games that I was super interested in.
Gotcha. Now, with you building a computer, with what I got going on and the music stuff I got going on with my streams and stuff, besides like an Xbox or PS4, obviously those are better than like Nintendo's and older systems. But would a computer be the way to go if you're gonna get into something like you're getting into?
You're talking like that Alien set?
Well, it really doesn't matter. You build custom, but to stream, like for me to stream music, I need two separate MacBooks. I need one as a streamer, one as a source file base or whatever. So you have to separate. Would streaming video games be the same way, or can you do everything through one machine?
You don't need to do that depending on the hardware that you're running. To make things run smoother, it is a little better to do that and capture it from another one. But again, it all comes down to what your hardware is. Like again, when I'm looking at building this computer, I'm looking at going at like at least a minimum of a 16 gigabyte GPU graphics card, and I'm looking at about 32 gigabytes of RAM by the time I'm done.
Wow,
nice.
That's a lot. Now, with the PlayStation 5 is coming out, and
right.
what do you expect from the PlayStation 5?
I mean, the real biggest thing that I'm looking for from the PS5 is mainly the backwards compatibility. It's really awesome. I mean, looking at the features of the console, I mean, it's going to have ray tracing. It's going to have an SSD hard drive because they're going to be coming out with two different sets of the console. One is going to have a 4K Blu-ray player, and the other one's just going to have the hard drive so you can only download digital base, but it'll still play in 4K resolution.
Okay, that's pretty. 4K is amazing.
Is that like the difference between the PS4 and the PS4 Slim? Is that like similar?
I think it was the PS4 Pro is the one that has the 4K.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
And again, right now I'm not running any of my games in 4K. My TV does have the 4K resolution, but I'm still running a day one edition PS4 with a 2 terabyte internal hard drive with a micro extender, and I have a 8 terabyte external hard drive.
That's crazy. Just the amount of
storage you need for anything.
And
we'll just look at the storage here in the studio.
Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 6. We're up to 9 terabytes of storage sitting here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I mean, between my computers and everything that I have, I probably have like a good 50 terabytes of space in total.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't even count the computers. So each computer has a terabyte. So there's another 2 more. And then we're
Mike
all Mac in here, of course, to do everything that I do, and
he still has you beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got me beat.
Oh,
definitely.
Man.
I can't build computers.
Do you think?
Well, I work on the consoles as well.
Yeah.
Do you think you would recommend the PS4?
5.
Or 5? Yeah, I'm sorry, 5.
Now, are they shooting for backwards compatibility with all their PS4 games? Or is that an up in the air thing, kind of like Xbox did?
What it's stated so far from with the leaks is that there is going to be a huge swath of PS4's game catalog going to be coming to it.
What does that mean?
My biggest concern is, again, one of the reasons that they're bringing back the Blu-ray player is, again, the Blu-ray player what was necessary to play PS3 games.
Okay.
So that's why when the PS4 came out and them not having the Blu-ray player, they couldn't make it compatible with the PS3.
Well, I believe at that same time is when the Xbox One came out, and they had the same issues. You couldn't do backwards capability, but then it was like the second version or generation or something could.
They came out with a software update, which again, people were hacking older versions of the Sony PlayStation 4 software, and they were able to get the emulation of PS1 and PS2 to run off of the console.
Wow.
Okay.
So the console has the capability, it just didn't have the capability of PS3. But everybody, again, if you're going to do backwards compatibility, just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we want. We don't want to buy a console and get rid of all of our older generation consoles.
Yeah, and keep rebuying
that
games.
Are going. Yeah.
Then
You
it
know
gets
what I mean?
into
You're
a money
still buying
thing.
the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause some people don't want to play. It's like the remaster of Conker's Bad Fur Day. They took out all of the curse words that were in the game. So some people will not play that because they want to play the original N64 version.
Yeah.
That was the adult version.
Yeah, well, I think, didn't Grand Theft Autos have a couple different versions of certain things, too, where
Yeah.
the first version, obviously, you want because it had more uncut stuff and more unedited stuff, and as people realized what was in the game, they re-edited it, and things got banned, so if you have one of them originals, it could actually be worth a lot of money, can it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, Grand Theft Auto actually got one of the biggest shout-outs because, again, Grand Theft Auto has been with the Sony industry since the PlayStation 1 till now, going into the PlayStation 5. They didn't really announce anything, saying anything about a Grand Theft Auto game coming out, but with what they're doing, which is every month everybody's going to get $1 million in the game
Okay.
to be able to use with your player until the PlayStation 5 releases.
Oh, that's cool. So they got something up their sleeve if they're doing something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you know the younger brother who played, I don't know if you remember Pete and Pete, the TV show?
Pete and Pete, no.
Probably before your time, but it was on Nickelodeon. It was
She's
hilarious.
on her own time is what it is. 'Cause
Anyways.
I don't know that shit either.
The younger brother, the younger Pete, he does one of the voices on all the Grand Theft Autos.
Okay.
See, I was relevant.
Now, I remember playing the first Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation where it was the overview, looking down on the city, and you had like the little square cars, and man, that thing was so hard to play, but it was like one of the funnest games. And then as Grand Theft Auto grew, it just became, I don't know, I think it's one of the best games. It's such a fun game to play. You do whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
I was always like the nerd that I was always trying to be like the good guy, so I was the cop. I never robbed anybody.
I was fucking people.
Helping old ladies walk across the road.
Yeah, cop mode and ambulance mode and
Yeah, well, they have a lot of people that actually stream that, and it's like a cops and robbers server. And
Yeah.
what they do is they have a bunch of people that'll come on, and it'll be cops, and a bunch of people that'll come on, and
I
it'll be
saw.
criminals.
I saw a stream of that, and I was watching the guys play cops. Some of them guys are so serious, you would think you're watching real freaking police, pulling people over for speed. And I'm like, these dudes are playing a video game. Like, it was and they were, like, calling back to headquarters, and, like, it was so legit. It blew my mind.
Did you know that they took...
I'd fuck a cop up if you pull me over in a video game.
They took the Cops... Remember Cops, the TV show?
Yeah.
Yep.
They took it off the air, and
Live
they
PD
took
too?
Live PD off, too.
Yeah. We're going to stay out of them.
I think,
what's going
but
on
I'm just
now.
saying, like, it's crazy. Cops
Yep.
was on for 28 years.
Yeah. World's changing.
That's a long, long list.
Changing on us quick.
I got a question for Marty.
All right.
So, most people would relax, like, I know your doctor told you for your mental, it's good for you to relax at the end of the day, sit down, and play some games.
Get your mind off things.
So, for somebody who's a gamer, what do you do to relax?
Ooh. Brooklyn with
Really?
that deep shit.
Really, I go from one game to the next game, and I'm always usually helping somebody with games, or, I mean, another big thing I do to relax is just working on my computer, working on my streaming, and making sure that everything is running smooth, because again, I knew a lot about computers before I got into the streaming, but I learned a lot more from a lot of people through the time that I've been trying to make things better here and there and learning exactly what I'm doing that I wish I would have known when I was younger, because I could have had a heck of a lot better computers back then.
I think we all kind of sit back and think, like, if we only knew now
What we knew then.
what we knew then. Or
Could you
vice
imagine what we have now?
However that works.
Yep.
I can't,
But I think you couldn't know what you know now unless you went through what you went through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, it was like stupid simple stuff. Like just being able to hook up my computer and instead of copy the display to two different monitors, be able to make it so that it was an extension. I didn't know it was just so easy. It's just going in and changing one setting.
Yeah, it's a big process, especially for like the little tips and tricks like that. I mean, you could wire stuff up 30 different ways and then drive yourself crazy and nothing's working, or you got static, or you got something going on.
But you get stressed out then when that happens? Like, it's fine if you want to lose yourself into work, but then if you're working for, let's say 6 hours straight on one thing, I couldn't get it. I'd be going crazy, and then I would be stressed out.
That's what happened to me today. I was trying to cut a commercial, and I was in about 14 takes, and every take I took a sip of coffee before the take. So by the time
now he's sitting here jumping around, hyper, running.
So I had 14 takes, and I'm like, I can't get this. And then I started getting stressed out, so I went outside. I had myself a cigarette. I, got some fresh air, took a break, came back to it, took a couple more takes, realized I can't do it, and then I just called up Brooklyn and had her do that shit for me.
Yeah, I wound up doing that commercial.
Yeah, she did the commercial today.
Oh, man.
So let's do some fun stuff. Let's break it up a little bit.
That's kind of what I'm trying to get into here. Just asking some questions. Finding out what makes Marty tick.
See, Brooklyn always has a good plan, and I just destroy everything. This is why it works,
So let's get some fun questions in here, and everybody's got to answer. If Professor X can move objects with his mind, why can't he move his fucking legs?
Damn. That is a pretty good question.
Oh.
I think, if it was me, I'd be so concentrated on, left foot, right foot. I couldn't have a conversation. I'd just be going left foot, right foot.
It becomes second nature at that point, of him just being able to think about it.
Just Jedi mind trick your feet all day.
Word.
Be like the Matrix.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, is there a real answer for that, or
No.
It's just Air's answer.
Do you guys think that vegetarians can eat animal crackers?
Vegetarian?
Vegetarian?
Brooklyn.
Do you think that vegetarians could eat animal crackers?
Oh, shit.
I mean, I guess it would depend. But, yeah.
Depending on what animal?
No, depending on what the ingredients are. But, yeah. But that's a pretty funny question.
Hey guys, Brooklyn here. Need to boost your business or page? Ask us about advertising. Also, if you would like to be a guest on our show, shoot us a message and we'll make it happen. Subscribe to Pot of Coffee Podcast on YouTube, follow at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter, and like our Facebook page and the group page. And now, back to our show. When you get a cold, why is your temperature so hot?
Right? Why isn't it called you have a heat?
Yeah. You have a warm.
Right?
A warm?
You just have a little warm. It's not heat yet.
Mom, I'm not feeling so good. I think I got a heat.
I got a heat. I got a heat.
No, go to school. You're still warm.
It sounds like an STD. I got the heat.
It heats when I pee. Oh, fuck.
Did you know that not every Model T was black?
I did not know that.
You always seen pictures and stuff, but I guess the pictures were in black and white, so you couldn't fucking tell anyways.
They had green ones.
They said, yeah.
Holograph ones, vinyl wraps.
No.
We just didn't know because it's black and white pictures.
They came in gray, green, blue, and red.
Gray, green. I did not know that.
And I got a question. I bet Marty might know it. I know you sure as hell don't. So I might have you guys here with your computers. Okay?
Alright.
Did you know the speed of a computer mouse is measured in Mickeys?
What?
No, didn't know that.
Seriously?
Queen of the computers.
Wow. I guess because
Hey, learn something.
wow.
Mickey.
She got me last night with a Mickey one on last night's episode.
Topolino.
Topolino means Mickey Mouse in Italian. And there's a Disneyland in Italy, I think.
5,130 miles
Yeah,
away.
we think it's somewhere in Italy, but we're only good with like 1% of our facts being right on the show, so it works out good.
We actually talk
Just
out our
Google it.
asses a lot.
Yeah, but the Google's there. We tried asking Siri, but he's a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
He's just like, he doesn't want to cooperate. He was like the worst guest, so.
Yeah.
All right, are you Scottish by any chance?
No.
The national animal of Scotland is a unicorn.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool, right?
I told
I
her-
definitely didn't know that.
She was writing that this afternoon, and I was like,
He's like, you better fact
we gotta
check
fact
that."
check that shit. And yeah, it's a fucking unicorn. That's cool as
They
fuck.
have
though.
statues and shit. Could you imagine? I mean, as a little girl, I loved unicorns.
But what if in like Scotland, it's kind of like Loch Ness Monster's best friend? It's like
Nessie.
goes around killing everybody.
It's like a horn,
Like a murder,
impaled by
murder
horn.
unicorn just fucking up Scotland.
What was that from South Park? There was like a blood orgy.
Blood orgy. That's the Christmas critters.
The
I love
Christmas
them little
critters.
guys.
That's crazy.
And did you know that at the Cornell University,
Okay,
you know, like that posh
it's college.
school?
Yeah.
That you can major in wine. How do you major in wine?
Well, ain't the people? There's people that work in restaurants that taste wine
Yeah.
and suggest wine to go with your meal. So if you're gonna order a steak, they're gonna say, "Oh, such and such wine," and they'll give you a choice of what to get. Now those people are actually at work sipping the wine, and they get paid buco bucks.
How much money
Yep.
do you think that they really make doing
Buco
something?
bucks. I think there was an episode on Parks and Rec about that.
Could you realistically justify paying somebody like $100 an hour just to, like, you don't even drink the wine.
I think
You
there's like
take it, you swish it in your mouth, and you spit it out.
Yep.
that's what people do with weed.
Who fuck does that with that?
They breathe it in, they swish it around their lungs, and they spit it the fuck out.
Is that how it gets recycled?
True.
Yep. And some of them people just taste different strains and get paid mad money, so.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
I got some cannabis news. Did you know if the United States was to legalize it, like statewide, every state, the whole country,
Okay.
that it would generate $8.7 billion in federal tax state revenue a year.
I would say in the first day. And that's just
That's
me.
crazy.
That's just me
Could
lining
you
up.
imagine? I mean, like the schools,
Everything.
Roads.
Everything. Exactly. Everything that
Chris
that
and
money can
roads
go
at the
towards.
same time. We're fucking old.
Y'all would have sidewalks out in the farmland.
Yep.
There'd be enough money
Yep.
for it. Everything would be nice. Handicap ramps, blind people could like have escalators so they don't have to trip.
Marty's driveway will be like not 3 feet, 3 years long.
Oh, I finally forgot about that thing.
I never forgot about.
I moved because of that driveway. Remember the snow? Oh, the
was
snow.
worried we were gonna crash into a tree.
Oh, I thought I was going to die many
Oh, man.
times on that driveway.
Yep.
It's like driving down a cliff.
Yep. It really is.
It's like he lives at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
It's like a bowl.
It's the Marty Bowl.
I thought your parents had a long driveway.
See, theirs is up. His is down.
Yeah.
How does
It's
that?
like-
Mine's down.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's how it goes, though.
Yep.
When is that PlayStation coming out? Christmas, I guess.
They didn't really give us like an official date, but
Nope.
with some of the games, the earliest dates that we've seen so far that like the games have like leaked out is like around November, the Christmas season.
They normally do
But
shoot for
it-
Christmases.
Yeah, it was projected that around November would probably be the month that they would release it because they can only release consoles every so often. So,
Yeah.
you know.
It's like every so many years or something they have to do.
Yeah.
And don't they rotate with like Xbox? Like 1 year's PlayStation, they take turns. 1 year's PlayStation, 1 year's Xbox, 1 year's Wii.
It depends because the reason that Xbox had to like wait so much longer was because when they came out with the Kinect, it was considered to be its like own console, so they had to like sign another contract that they couldn't come out with another console for so long because of the Kinect console.
Really?
Which I think was like a 2-year. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
See how we do our
What?
interviews? Ask backwards.
What?
Well, we asked good questions and we had a good gaming interview, and then we forgot to ask something that I just remembered. But we go and we just fuck it all up. We love it. It's how we do.
That was you.
And it is me. It totally is me.
So, back on track.
That's why she's here.
Did you know that cannabis has actually been legal for personal use in Alaska since 1975?
I always thought there was like, you could have it and smoke it, but you can't possess it or some stupid shit I thought I heard. Because I used to watch that Alaska State Troopers, and there was some weird shit like that. So yeah, I believe that one.
I kind of had it in the back of my mind for some reason, always, like I felt like I knew that, but I didn't know it.
You knew that?
No, I didn't know it.
Alaska looked cold.
It's too cold.
Yeah, Alaska's a little bit cold though.
And berry. And
dark.
Berry. Yeah, they get like dark 24 hours a day.
They've like, I think they actually have like a 30-day period where it's completely dark.
That's
weird.
Burn out all your headlights every year, I bet.
And I think there's
yeah.
also another part, I believe, that's like that too. Like it's all sun, and then there's another one where it's all dark.
Probably they're just broken.
Weird.
Their earth is broken in Alaska.
Like
I think it's like Greenland or Iceland or something like that.
Greenland's
At a certain time of the
icy and
year,
Iceland's
it's, like,
greeny.
Sun all day because it just comes down to the horizon and then it like rides the horizon during the time of the nighttime.
That's gotta be
They're so
crazy to
far
look
up north.
at.
And it's probably Greenland that you're talking about because that's the icy one. And
Yeah.
Alaska's icy, so
Yeah.
that would make sense.
I feel like when I see pictures of like roads in Alaska with all the snow and stuff on it, I feel like I can smell like that dirty smell. Like, you know how you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like it's like a dirty smell.
Like the black snow on the side of the road. The shit snow that tastes salty.
Why'd you taste it?
Because it's I don't know, I'm weird. Why do you think I act like I act? I'd be tasting road shit.
Well, that's all.
You probably would. You eat spiders and shit.
Yeah, I ate a spider. What else did I do some weird shit. I was going to eat a scorpion, but I fucked it up.
Yeah.
It was in a lollipop.
I think you did it on purpose.
And I didn't want to eat the lollipop and sit there and lick the shit, because I watched my friend, he had a grasshopper one, and he just sat there and licked it. Next thing you know, he's like licking the wing, and it was fucking, I don't want to do that. So I thought I was going to like crack it with a hammer, and it was going to break the candy shell off, and I was just going to have the bug, and I was going to eat the bug. But man, that whole thing would just turn into dust. Poof.
I think you knew it all along. You just didn't want to eat the scorpion.
It was like dried. I drank a scorpion, so I am down to eat one.
Or so they told you.
No, it was a scorpion. I drank that with a bunch of Mexicans out in Jersey somewhere. They got some scorpion. Yeah. They had some kind of crazy Mexican tequila, and we ended up fighting a fence and shit. It was a crazy night. One of the reasons why I don't drink.
So, here's another reason to move to Italy. If you are classified as a Rastafarian,
wow, that's my people.
you are legally allowed to possess cannabis due to it being a sacrament to the religion. Jobless.
Nice.
So, that would be another reason to move to Italy.
Yeah.
And my last fact is that the first thing that was ever brought and sold across the internet was a bag of cannabis, and that was in 1971.
On the internet.
On the very first thing on the internet.
Was a bag of cannabis.
Rumor has it that Stanford students brought it from MIT students. Based on the geography, we would have imagined it'd be the other way around. But yeah, those were, I remember I saw some sort of like a documentary on this. Not that, obviously wasn't in the movie, but that it was like a bunch of like MIT students that had figured out how the internet worked. And then even the government, like once that first signal came across to show that it was like connectivity, the government actually like arrested the guys or something and like was like holding them hostage and telling them like, you work for us, we're buying this, nobody else can have this.
Our technology.
But
that's what they're gonna do with our podcast. This shit is such fire. The government's gonna come and be like, all right, this is ours. Y'all work for us now.
Y'all work for us now. But yeah, that's my last fact. My I think I turned like everything into a did you know, but that's okay. I like the did you know sessions.
Yeah, I did too.
Word.
Well, do you got it? You got anything coming up?
Well, again, I'm going to be trying to finish up these Kirby games, Kirby Dream Land 3 and Nightmare in Dreamland.
Okay.
Again, my admins on the page, they always have something new coming up here and there, so, big shout out to them. My buddy Willie Will at Green Slate Gaming, my buddy Trippy at Trippy Rage Stream, and James Burgess at All Things Gaming.
And where can people find you?
Content.
Where can people find you?
Links, sites, plugs.
You can find me on Facebook, where I go live, and that's at Martys Gaming And Such. I also have a YouTube under the same name. My Instagram is @andmarty, and then I also am on Twitter under Martys Gaming And Such as well.
Awesome. And then we follow and like each other. And then you are in the Pot of Coffee group, so when you do go live and stuff, definitely put it up in the group, and we'll help each other out with all that, and maybe some of my people will be very interested, and we'll talk about getting you back on the show. I had a blast with Marty.
Yeah, I'll definitely be on again anytime you guys ever have anything you want to know about going on in the gaming community. Let me know, and I'll come in with as much information as I can.
Kick some knowledge our way.
Yeah, maybe you could be our
resident
gamer. Keep everybody up to date, because we're not gamers ourselves, but we want to, be trending and stay up to par with stuff. You know how that goes. So we'll definitely talk about getting you back. Definitely put your stuff up on all the Pot of Coffee pages and whatnot.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
I'm going to do my plugs, and then we're going to be out of here. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, you need to subscribe to the Pot of Coffee podcast on YouTube. Follow us at Pot of Coffee 1 on Twitter. Like our Facebook page and get in the group. We're going to have Martys Gaming and Such, add in some gaming facts and all that good stuff to our pages. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. We will catch you tomorrow.
Catch you on the flippity flip.